Hello, New Life Church family. Over the last week, the governor has announced that churches soon will be allowed to reopen. I can't tell you, New Life Church family, how excited I am to be able to worship with you together again. I can't wait to see you. Over the last 9 weeks, we've had online or drive-in services only. I want to take a moment to thank the team that has made it possible for us to have the services at the quality that we've been able to have them to provide ministry and care for the people of our church. First of all, our staff team, Hannah, Dakota, Autumn, and Melanie, have worked tirelessly on these services to provide quality ministry for you during this time. As well as a team of volunteers that includes Ellie Sutherland, Aiden Emerson, Ruth and Cameron Smith, Beth Hobbs, the Warren family, and so many others who have given and provided what we needed to be able to provide this ministry for you during this time so that our services could be engaging, exciting, and smooth. I also want to thank you, New Life Church family, for your faithfulness to attend, to invite others to be a part, and to give. Our church family has remained strong. We've remained outward focused and caring, and I'm proud of you for resisting the temptation to be selfish, to allow frustration and fear to control your attitude and your response to what's happened in our world during this time. We've learned a lot through this season. I pray that we never again take meeting together for granted. For many of us, this has been an opportunity for us to recalibrate and to refocus on our priorities and our schedules. His kingdom first must be our life approach. We cannot forget what we've learned during this season. Now we move into the first step of the reopening process. This phase is going to require a lot of patience. It's going to require us to be flexible and to have a willingness to sacrifice for others. However, I believe this can be another opportunity for us to demonstrate who we are as a church. This can be one of our finest hours. In the next few days, you'll find on our website, our church Facebook page, our Instagram, and other forms of communication, a link with all the details necessary for us to reopen safely. There's no way I can share them all in one video, but I want to highlight several of the differences that you're going to notice right now in this video for you. As you can see behind me, even now, we've begun the process of resetting our sanctuary to allow for social distancing. We've measured and we're observing the required standards, with extra spacing between family units. As you might imagine, that means our capacity for seating has been greatly diminished. We can only accommodate about 50 people per service. So during the step one of this process, we are only going to have our main services. There will be no kids ministry activities, nursery, or childcare. There won't be life group classes or Wednesday night activities. Meals will not be possible during this time. All that we're able to do is to be able to meet together for our main gathering. We fully anticipate all these being restored in later phases of the reopening. However, in this first step, we get to gather together, and I'm so excited for that. Practically, what that means for you as families is that your kids will be sitting with you in service. And I don't want this to be something that causes greater stress for you. I understand that there's going to be more noise and activity. And you know what, New Life Church family, we're going to be okay. If your child throws a fit or starts screaming, there's a lot of empty rooms that you can take them to so that you can deal with the problem and those issues. And I'm not going to be shaken by some activity from kids during our service. Our church loves and misses your kids, and I can't wait to see and hear them. They might help me preach a few sermons, and that'll be just fine. We're going to start with 3 services a week instead of the normal 2 that we've had in order to be able to accommodate as many people as possible. Sunday mornings we'll be gathering at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. On Sunday evenings we'll have a service at 6 p.m. that will be identical to the Sunday morning services. There's no need for you to attend more than one service. Please don't do that. We want to allow additional seats for people to be able to experience one service. And so we need some people that would be willing to help us with this. We need some of you that normally attend the early service on Sunday morning at 8:30 to come to a 6 p.m. service. or those of you that normally attend at 11 o'clock to come to the 6 p.m. service. Some of you that maybe attend 11 to move earlier to 9 a.m. so that we can balance everyone right. Also, if you arrive before a service, we ask that you wait in a car until approximately 15 minutes before the service begins. This will allow us the necessary time to be able to disinfect the sanctuary and to have it clean and ready for you when you arrive. When we're ready, all the doors will be open and they'll be propped open so that you can come in without touching any doors or handles. When you enter the building, we ask that you find a seating area that will best accommodate your family or those attending with you. I know that we all have a place where we kind of like to sit. It's our place where we always sit. But for now, the seating is arranged completely differently than it has been in the past, and this is going to be a good opportunity for us to practice flexibility. And who knows, you might even like the new seating arrangement better. We have a number of safety measures that will be in place per our agreement with the state of Wyoming. Please know that these are not done as a result of fear. Instead, we're doing everything that we know how to protect the most vulnerable among us and to protect against the transmission of the COVID-19 virus. Our motivation is not fear, but love for others in our church family. And I want to share some of these steps with you today that we're taking so that you can make the best decision for your family as far as whether you're ready to begin attending services with us or if you want to wait a little bit longer. To help prevent the spread of infection, we're asking those that are serving in any capacity in our church, our staff, and any greeters that we may have to wear a face covering. We have some available for you. Additionally, if you would like, as you attend, to have a face covering, you can bring your own, or we can provide one for you. Infants and toddlers are not expected or required to wear a mask, and if you're not comfortable wearing one, that's fine. However, we have them as an option, and we as a staff, when we're not on a stage, will have them and wear them. It's a little difficult to preach or to lead in a song service with one, and we're not anticipating that. However, we're going to do our best to make those available for you. If you have a health condition that makes it impossible to wear a mask, we understand that. You don't have to wear a mask when you attend, but if you want one, you're able to. Common areas and gathering places of our building will be closed, and that includes the coffee bar area. We're not going to have coffee or donuts or places where people would congregate before or after service. Unfortunately, it's just not possible for us to do in the first step of our reopening. Before every service, the sanctuary, the seating, and all high-touch surfaces will be disinfected. We will only allow people in the room after that procedure is complete. So this is an important part of preparing the sanctuary before you. This will happen before our 9 a.m. service, before the 11 a.m. service, and before the 6 p.m. service as well. We've ordered hand sanitizing stations, and they're set up throughout the building in places that they would be convenient for you. If you need to sneeze or cough, please cover your mouth and nose or sneeze into your elbow to help us prevent the transmission of any kind of virus. We're not going to pass out anything during the services. This includes communion or offering plates or clipboards. There will be offering drop boxes for you to place your offering in when you arrive or before you leave, and we want you to take full advantage of those. And also, as you're aware, you still have the option to be able to give online, and it's a great option. You can give online or through text to give. You can still mail in your offering, and we're going to provide services online, so those of you that choose not to attend in person can still watch those services online and give in the way that you have been. In addition to not passing out anything during the services, we're not going to distribute any kind of worship guides or printed materials. The offering envelopes will be placed on the cards, on the chairs. Extras will be removed and destroyed between services. Our greeters and staff will be wearing masks and gloves when they're not on stage. We will not share hands, hugs, or high fives. Instead, we will air hug, wave, and smile during the first part of this reopening. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, if you're at high risk because of your age or underlying health conditions, I want to encourage you to stay home and continue watching online during the first part of this reopening. While I would love to see you in person, I love you and I want you to stay healthy. I also want to say to those that are concerned about the reopening and you're not sure if you're ready to rejoin us in person in a service, I want to encourage you to make the best decision for your family. No one's going to judge you or think less of you because of the decision that you make. There's a lot of tension in our country. Some want to open. Others passionately believe that everything should stay closed or that we're not ready. And here's how we're going to approach it. We will respect the thoughts and preferences of others, and we're not going to make anyone feel lesser or non-spiritual because they choose a different approach for themselves. Listen to me. I'm telling you, attending in person is not a sign that you're more mature, more godly, or more committed than the person that chooses to stay home. Staying at home does not make you smarter or more caring than the person who attends in person. As a church family, we've done a beautiful job of loving and caring for others over these last 9 weeks. Let's keep that same attitude of love and concern and respect for one another as we transition back into having services in person. This is such an important part of the process. Like you, I can't wait for life and for church to be back to normal. Whatever that new normal will be, we don't really know how long it's going to take. We don't have all the answers. Many of these things just feel like they're a hassle, an extra work, and that's because they are. But this is just one phase, and I want to tell you as your pastor, it's worth it for us to go through the extra work and the hassle to be able to worship together with you. We're willing to do that if you're ready to return to services. Things are going to get better. This is not the end. This is just step one of a 3-step process for us returning to services as normal. I look forward to you worshiping with us soon, and I don't want to discourage you with this information, but I hope that by providing this information, it makes you aware and prepares you to make the best decision for your family. We can't wait for you to gather back here together with us. If you have questions or concerns, I invite you to share those with us. You can email to info@newlifelaramie.org, or you can call me here at the church during office hours. I've resumed having office hours here in the church building, and would be glad to talk to you by phone or by email to answer any questions that you have. Just so that you're aware of the schedule, this coming Sunday, May 17th, we are going to have a drive-in service. This drive-in is going to be different from the previous one that we had on Easter Sunday because we're going to have really great weather this Sunday, and we're excited about that. We will have the bathrooms available for you to come inside and use the restroom if you need to, but we will be enforcing social distancing guidelines for those that choose to come inside for the bathroom. This Sunday, you'll be able to stand out of your car and to stand and worship if you choose to do so. We're looking forward to putting some special things in place while still providing a safe atmosphere for people to come together and worship. The following Sunday, on May 24th, we will begin in-person services with the 3 services that I mentioned here. And so that's just a little over a week and a half away. And we can't wait for you to join us if you're ready and you feel like we can safely gather together. Otherwise, you have the option of remaining online with us. We're going to continue in this first phase to provide the same level of services that we have. All those times will be announced as to what that will be. But for in-person services, we'll have 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 6 p.m. for you to choose from. And we can't wait to see you here. If not on that first week, on May 24th, in one of the weeks that are coming very soon. We're excited that things are shaping up in our country, and it's returning to an ability for us to gather together safely to worship. We love you. We care about you. If there's anything that we can do to serve you during this time, please let us know. God bless. Have a great rest of your day.